Welcome everyone, and today I'm gonna be talking about Marvin Elevate window that used to be called Marvin Integrity. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so as usual, let's start from the interior of the window. So that's how it looks on the inside when you look at this window here. So we got one lock because that's a smaller size, and in this case we have the smaller sample, so size doesn't matter. We can make any size of this window. We have two side locks for easy to tilt in the sash, and this is a double hung window, and right off the bat we can notice that we don't have any lift rail handle. So I believe those are optional, but otherwise you would have to just lift it up like this, and both sashes you can operate, both the top one and the bottom one. And this window has wood interior, so when we look at the sash, at the bottom sash, same thing as the top sash, we have this nice beautiful clean cuts. So basically, if you still prefer to have wood in your house, you have a chance to do it. And the window comes in 4 standard colors. In this case we have pre-finished white, so the frame is white and the lock is white. And in here we have other colors available, so that's bare pine, so not finished, or just basically you have to paint it. Clear coat if you want to have that natural wood feel. Finished white, that's what we got. And then designer black. That one lock here comes in 4 color choices as well. So when we look to the sides of the window, we have here the balance system and the balance track on both sides, and that kind of looks, you know, like a sore in the eye, because we have a white pre-finished window, but this balance systems and the balance track, it looks like it can be only in this gray color, which is kind of, you know, not the best option. So in this sample we don't have night latches like other windows, like vinyl windows have, but they are actually optional. So basically you can pull them out and open the window like a few inches at the bottom. So this window has 2 types of grids. So in this case we have the top sash with a SDL grid, so that's a special divided light, so it's kind of old style. If you still prefer, you want to keep that unique look of your windows, like wood windows. So the grids are gonna come on top of the glass instead of between the 2 glass panes, because when you look at the bottom sash here, we can see that the grid is inside the glass, which is another option if you'd like not to clean them. Yeah, basically in this case you don't have to clean the grids. In that case you would have to clean them individually, you know, if you have time and desires, and definitely it's possible to do the old style way. When we look at the top of the window, we have here 2 stops, sash stops. So basically this is stops for the bottom sash, so it doesn't hit the frame, the top frame of the window, which again they kind of look like, you know, not the best thing. Remind me of all my mistakes in my life. But at the same time, usually you have here the blinds, so that's not gonna be, should not be an issue. So when you look at the lock, it looks pretty much a nice and sleek design, kind of antique, which is fine. You know, that's this window, it's more kind of like for the people that love old style look of the window. But when we look at the side locks, they look kind of big and bulky. I think they could have made those smaller, like many vinyl windows have. To lower the top sash, you would have to use like the grid, or if you don't have the grids, you have to just push the bottom sash like that, because like we mentioned in the beginning, this window doesn't have any lift rails. They are probably optional, but in here we have as well tilt-in locks on each side. Okay, so now let's check it out as the thickness of the sash and the frame combined. Okay, so let's do it. So let's see here, we have about 3 1/4 actually, which is kind of on the thicker side, more kind of like many vinyl windows have out there on the market. But why is that this is so much, the thickness is so much higher? That what's gonna happen, your glass real estate is gonna be squeezed in this case. But keep in mind, because that's a wood window interior, wood interior, fiberglass exterior, so definitely if you have smaller windows, might be not the best choice for you. So if you have big windows, big size windows, then it's not a problem. Okay, so let's have another look from the top to the bottom on the interior of the window. So basically that's how your window is gonna look like if you're thinking about doing them. And then let's do it on the side as well. And now let's go ahead and look at the exterior of the window. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's how the window is gonna look on the exterior, outside look, from the top to the bottom as well. Okay, so the window comes with the standard half screen or full screen. In this case, somehow we don't have it. I don't know what happened to the screen, sorry guys. But anyway, you can get that options, you know, two options, full or half screen, and the screen goes into this channel here. Let's check it out, how much, you know, the exterior, the screen channel sticks out to the outside. So basically, let's see here, it's 1 1/4, which is, I mean, it's not too bad. It's nice and square, and your aluminum capping is gonna come here. Then the full depth of the window of this Marvin Elevate, or Integrity if you want to call it, the way it used to be, it's 3 1/4. That's a replacement window, and all replacement windows out there on the market, or I would say most of them, they do have 3 1/4 depths. And the exterior of the window is made of fiberglass material. So how do you know that? When you look at these cuts, corner cuts, they are pretty much nice and clean on the frame, as well on the sashes as well. So if you want to have that clean kind of old style wood look, you can get it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are done to look at the style of this window here, Marvin Elevate or Integrity window. And in the comments below, if you could post it, how do you like it, or how don't you like this style of the window, and would you like to be installed in your house? Anyway, now let's look at the performance of the window. Okay, to open this window, we just unlock this lock here, and there is no lift rail, so we just do like that, and we move that sash up or down. Same thing with the top sash, we just have to use our fingers to push it down a little bit. And to tilt in the sash, both of them actually tiltable, we just use the side locks like we saw in the beginning. Okay, yeah, pretty much so far nice and easy. And we can do the same with the top sash as well. So we squeeze these two locks right here, and we tilt in both of them. So basically it's going to be nice and easy to clean them with the paper towel and Windex from the inside of your house. Okay, once we have the bottom sash tilted in, we have here, we can check out the balance system, and it's a Black & Tackle balance system. I like that, it's much more durable than Constant Force. Okay, to tilt in, I mean, not to tilt in, but to remove this sash is pretty much piece of cake as well. So you put it horizontally and push one side, and here we go. We have removed the sash. To put it back, same thing, you just do on the reverse. You put this side here, the other one here, wiggle a little bit, and we are good to go. Okay, so now let's have a look how well the window sashes are insulated. So when we look at the sashes, actually there is no insulation. Marvin doesn't use fiberglass insulation strips like vinyl manufacturers do. So in here we don't have any insulation strips, but all of the insulation and to stop any air drafts they install here. So we have here some kind of like a rubber strip on both sides, and so when we lock this sash, let's see here. Okay, so once we lock that sash, we can see that this weather strip, you know, some kind of rubber one, pretty much nice and tight all the way through around the top sash. So when we pull it up, yep, so it looks like tight, but I'm not a big fan of these rubber strips, because in winter time they freeze and they become stiff, so they may start letting air, cold air into the house. So when you look at the bottom sash, so we have here air bulb, same thing, made of rubber material, and some kind of like a brush. When we push this bottom sash back into the frame of the window, it interlocks here, we push it down. Okay, so we can see that another rubber piece in here on each side of the frame
and interlock. So I don't know, right here it seems to me like it would be necessary, maybe another strip of the insulation would not hurt it.
To be honest, in my opinion, I would say it's kind of on the insulation of the window, like it's kind of on the light side. I would say would not hurt like a few more strips of fiberglass or rubber or anything like that, some kind of material that would stop any kind of air leaks. But let's go ahead and look on the outside of the window as well.
Okay, so we have the bottom sash tilted in, and we have here same rubber piece, which is soft rubber material, like entry doors have it, so it pretty much is not gonna freeze or crack. And right here, what I like, they do have like a little step in here, so when we lock this bottom sash.
Okay, so when we push down that sash, let's see if I can push it down. Okay, yeah, we're pushing down, so that step interlocks with the sash lip, and it locks pretty much tight, I think. I'm not sure what this, why is we have this little gap here like that. Yeah, why is it necessary? Maybe for the water drainage or something like that. Because we have here sloped seal, there is no whip holes that usually clog with spider web and dirt. All the water flows away from the house, never gets inside the window. And when we look at the glass, it has low E argon gas inside, so it's a little bit tinted to reflect that excessive heat back to the outside. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so we can draw the line and see how good this window and what's the downside, what the disadvantages of this window are. So it's definitely, its interior is a wood, nice and natural wood that you can have a few colors made by manufacturer, or you can paint them to any color you want for the interior. On the exterior we have the fiberglass, extremely durable material, and at the same time looks like wood, nice cuts, clean cuts, so the window has this beautiful curb appeal. But on the downside we have those balance systems on the sides, which is a different color, and they cannot be made like white or black or anything like that. They're gonna be sticking out, draw the eye. And the thickness of the frame and the sash combined pretty much on the heavier side, 3¼ So if your windows are smaller, then it might be not the best choice for you. If you have a bigger windows, it's not a problem, but with the smaller windows, you're gonna lose a lot of glass real estate. If you wanna look at the energy efficiency of the window, I would say as well, like a few insulating strips would definitely make the window better, because right now we have like a few rubber strips, and like I said, in winter when it's too cold, they're gonna become too stiff and make the cold air let inside the house. Okay, so I hope this video is helpful for you to make a right decision. Should you get this windows or you should not? And anyway, if you could post in your comments what you think about the window, would you like to have it? It's appreciated, and I will see you next time.